We are glad you're watching UBC TV, and remember you're broadcasting live from Nile Avenue, opposite Coastal Towers, just next to Parliament and National Theatre. My name is Ruben Mpima Chibirango, and I'm joined by Mike. But before I go to any sporting event, Major David Chibirango, thanks for watching TV. I know you're seated somewhere watching the comfort of your home rather. But we appreciate that you wake up every single day to watch Good Morning Uganda Sports. And of course, we know Liverpool are playing against Swansea today. I know you won't love what I'm going to tell you, but I'm sure Liverpool might lose against Swansea. That is this evening tonight when they take on Swansea in Cardiff. That is Liverpool. I will start with Michael. Michael.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm just so fine.
You know me, I am colorblind. Now I don't know who is putting on gray and who is putting on black. So I don't know. You can educate me here. So where is the gray and where is the black?
You know, this is where the confusion comes in.
Hey.
Because I've always had people say dark gray, light gray. So I always wonder where the darkness in the gray comes, because it is always gray. Yeah. So I really wonder where the darkness and the lightness always comes in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I think this is dark gray and this is a light gray, if you ask me. But if you compare the two, there's 6'2" and there's a man who's like a Messi.
but it's all rounded into a gray Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
A gray Monday. Okay. Michael, let's start with Chan. I know my brother, Major David Chividango. One time I was talking to him, and he told me that for him, he loves football and would love to see a team win. Yeah. But I've not got his opinion regarding this Zabri appointment. But I think I will talk to him to get his view. Uganda plays against Cote d'Ivoire today. If we don't, actually, even if we win the game, we already back home. As early as tomorrow morning, the players will be on the plane to get back here.
Yeah, we're looking at Uganda Cranes currently. I think all we have to do is at least fight to make sure we can at least bag 3 points. So when we come back to Kampala, we have something to show to the fans, because when the team was traveling, I remember the president had $1 billion shillings to offer to the federation and the players. Okay. So if at all it is no point to bring back home, I really think they have to up their game, because at least they should come back home with 3 points, having scored a goal through Derek Nsibambi, which was a stunner. They have to up their game today and at least come back with some points home. Because when you look at the log currently, you can see that Zambia is leading with 6 points, and then Namibia with 6 points too. Then Uganda and Ivory Coast both have 0 points, whereby this is a very big disappointment for the two sides. Remember, Cote d'Ivoire are a side which are fond of collecting points in different fixtures, but the Zambia and Namibia games were too difficult for them. So they also expect to bag 3 points out of the fixture they are going to be having with Uganda Cranes.
Well, let's wait and see. But of course, at the final game, the round of the games, Congo against Burkina Faso. Round 3 actually. It is Namibia against Zambia and Uganda against Cote d'Ivoire. But the two teams have qualified. Now they are playing for who takes over number 1 in that group. That is the group that has Uganda, Zambia, Namibia, and Ivory Coast. And I used to think that Ivory Coast is a big powerhouse until I watched Chan. I mean, in 2006 they were beaten 4-0 by Egypt, and I thought maybe it was a fly in the pan. But I think Cote d'Ivoire have been a conmen for a long time. They always con people that they can play the beautiful game when they have nothing to offer.
When you look at the Cote d'Ivoire side, they have a couple of professional players who really are coming and spice the team when it comes to playing Africa Cup of Nations and playing in the World Cup qualifiers. Whereby I think looking at Chan, this is when you have to use players and display what you have to offer in your league going back home. Currently, what we are seeing that teams like Morocco have strong leagues, teams like Nigeria have strong leagues, and teams like Libya probably, because when you look at the players, they have a lot to offer, and when you look at the combination they really put up, you can get to see that these teams are really having players who have come from a single league and they've always seen each other day in day out. But here comes the Uganda Cranes team, which has some players from Express KCCA. and remember Express is not performing. So if at all you get to you get to travel with a player like Abubakar Kasule, who is coming from Express, which is almost facing relegation.
Square pass, moto.
Yeah, true.
I think
Fufa and the team and the technical team down at the Cranes have to make sure they up their game when it comes to the issue of a team selection, because this time around I was so disappointed. Leaving aside a gentleman in Tom Ikara and traveling with Benjamin Ochan was one of the greatest mistakes ever made by the technical team.
Even my friend Chigonya, should have been part of this Chan team because he had a great season. Yeah. And for me, I think Tom Ikara and the others, Chigonya would have been number one. I don't Ikara and Watenga. But anyway, the games are on today. Group A, there's actually Morocco leads Group A. Second is Sudan, third is Guinea, and fourth is Mauritania. Group B, Zambia, Namibia, Uganda and Ghana. Uganda and Ivory Coast are out, so they're going to play a testimonial game to make sure that they've just conquered the fixture and they come back home.
It is just going to be a consolation for the two sides.
I think the second 11s are going to be featuring in these games. I mean, I'd love to watch other players play, not the Remeza and the Muzami Mutiavas of this world. Yeah, let's have other players to get that international exposure other than West resources. But I think Uganda has conned us a lot, so it's high time. They either left, we just drop the players and get back to the drawing board and find good players who can play for us.
But there is a very big problem that I find with the Cranes team selection, whereby it came to my notice that when you look at the players that were called for this duty, you can get to see that most of them were just going out to sell themselves, to show the scouts what they can really offer. Because players like Saidi Kenny, I wonder why you have to travel with 3 goalkeepers yet you're going to have 2 games to play. Drop out Ochan or Saidi Kenny, then go with Watenga and some other gentleman, probably Tom Ikara. But you go with a strong team which has players that are just out there for disposal. So probably looking at the Muzamiru Mutiabas of this world, they haven't yet shown me what I really expected out of them. It is only Milton Kalisa who has come out to play some.
And it's one squad of beauty, Michael. Yeah, and I was told that as an African scouts we are actually down in Morocco to see if they can talk to the agent of Sibambi, if you can join us the B team of Arsenal.
After the long-awaited signature of Jean-Pierre Aubameyang, yeah, probably it could be Dedikin Sibambi coming in next there.
Well, let's wait and see. Michael, let's go to Australian Open.
Yeah.
Many casualties there, and actually I'll tell you that for me, these days I don't enjoy tennis because the competition has gone down. I would love to watch Rafael Nadal, Djokovic, Del Potro, and Bane come to the party. They've got to show us that they still have some left in them. But I really, every time I watch tennis, I watch Naini Shikori, Shirik, I watch players who are not good enough. And I ask myself, what happened to the good old days of Andre and Pete, of Boris and Steffi? Anyway, Australian Open.
Yeah, in the Australian Open, we had a couple of fixtures taking place. When you look at the men's category and the ladies category, but at the round of 32 in the ladies category, Simona Halep came out to win up against Davis, the American lady. It was 4-6, 6-4, 1-1, and 5-3. Whereby I really loved the fact that Simona Halep has moved on to the next round, and we shall be seeing what she has to offer in the round of 16. Then a lady in Bogdan also managed to win 3-1, 6-4 up against Keys in that other fixture on the Margaret Court Arena in the round of 32. Then Civiletona also won 2 sets. It was 6-3 and 6-0 up against Alatova. As a lady from Belgium in Martens also managed to win 2 straight sets up against the Croatian in Matic. We saw her winning 7-5, 7-6 and 7-5 in the third set. Then in the other games that were played in the round of 16, we had Wozniacki. Wozniacki came out to win up against Rybiakova. It was a 6-3, 6-0 win for the lady out there as we waited for a lady in Angelina Keba, the 21st seed in the ladies category, also coming out to win up against the CA. It was a 4-6, 5-7. It was a 5-1 and a 4-0 out there in the sets as they went down. But a lady in Angelina Keba and Simona Halep have all made it to the next round. And in the round of 16, we shall be seeing the first seed Simona Halep taking on Osaka, as Strikova will be playing up against Pliskova.
Well, in the men's category, on the Rava Arena, Michael, we had Dimitrov beat Kaigios. That was a 7-6, 7-3, 7-6, 7-4 there. Then we had on the Hisense Arena, we had Edmund beat Asepi. That was a 7-6, 7-5, 6-2, and 6-3 there. Then Rafael Nadal on the Rava Arena as well. Did beat Schwartzman. That was a 6-3, 6-3, and 6-7 there. Then we had Correro Busta, who beat Mario Cilic in that game as well. Then on the Margaret Court Arena, the round of 16, we had Fognini, the Italian, lose to Thomas Badic. That was 6-4, 6-love, and 6-1. Badic should have never beaten the Italian there. Then Fuchskovic did lose to Doja Federer. And of course, we have games today at the Hisense Arena. We have Thiem against Sandgren. Then we have Djokovic against Chung. There. Like from tennis, let's go to Paris Saint-Germain. They lost their first game. I mean, for me, I didn't see this coming. Against Strasbourg, maybe they lost against Amino. But yesterday when I watched this game, I was actually impressed by the referee's performance. I mean, Dani Alves fouled, and they came and shouted. The referee said, no, it's not England, where you can shout and go out with it. He put out a red card and sent him off. So PSG 1, Lyon 2. Memphis Depay, the star of that game.
Leo was on the top of the game, because when you look at the performance of all the players,
why don't these people go for Ismail Watenga? You don't make a save.
The goalkeeper marked the goal very poorly, and I really think PSG have to sort some issues out, because when you look at the games they've always played, whenever they get a red card, they fail to win the game. I remember the game they played up against that was Strasbourg in the League One Cup when they lost 2-1 to Strasbourg. I thought that they had got some lessons to take home, but here came a PSG side up against Olympic Lyon, and they had Dani Alves, a gentleman who proved to be indisciplined in this game here, whereby after picking up that red card, we saw the PSG side facing a couple of attacks.
That was saying the referee, why are you sending me off? They said, hey, you go off, this is not England. Where you can shout at referees, look at that foul.
And I also remember a referee still in the French League One who gave a player some week ago.
First the referee. If you could look for the red card, he couldn't find it there. Then he went to the back pocket and picked and sent him off.
The first to face was just enough for the referee to offer Dani Alves the red card.
Yes.
Yeah, you
don't come to a match to a referee like that. You don't do that even if you're Dani Alves.
Yeah, true.
Look at him. Hey, you why
trying to question the referee, and I really love the fact that
even Marco Verratti
was supposed to pick up a yellow card for that.
True.
Yeah, because you don't have to touch the referee. The referee is the boss when it comes to the pitch.
Alves, what was he taking the referee? The referee speaks French, Alves speaks Latino.
and Brazilian.
But I wonder whether the referee understood what Alves was saying. I really wonder, because Alves doesn't know French. He doesn't know French. And I'm really looking at, look at that goal by Depay. That was a super goal by Depay from that angle. But Lyon winning 2-1, look at that for me, the execution. The finesse was really superb. And as PSG was beaten by Lyon 2-1.
Yeah. In that fixture, I also thought that a gentleman in Marco Verratti, just like you saw the incident, he also had to pick up a yellow card. Yeah, because you do not have to touch the referee. You have to let the referee decide.
No, he was asking the referee, why are you sending him off? What has he done?
Yeah, but on asking the referee, we saw the card falling down, the yellow card that was initially supposed to be offered. Yeah, we saw it falling down. So the cards don't have to fall on the ground.
And I'll tell you, Michael, the referees I know could do that. I mean, Ovrebo, Pierluigi Collina, Anders Frisk, referees like Bushaka.
Even Graham Paul.
You come to him and start insulting him, he's going to send you off.
In 2004. There is another officer in Howard Webb. Yeah, he's a no-nonsense gentleman.
The man
he can send you
referee. But Mike, I'll tell you, in 2004, Pierre-Luigi when he was officiating the game between Valencia and Marseille, don't Drogba, these things of diving, I'm not here to be conned, please don't dive. But I dived for the first time. The third time, Pierre-Luigi picked up a red card and sent off Drogba.
Yeah, true.
So you dived here, there, so these are 2 yellow cards, let me send you off.
You've kept on diving, you think this is a diving
and
arena.
when they went off, the Arsenal victim, that was sort of Karu, who was beating Arsenal all the time, scored the goal, as well as they had a good team. Valencia, Ruben Baraha, they had Mister, they had players like Rufete. Look at Verratti doing that. You can't do that when you Marco Verratti. True. Michael, let's go to England.
Looking
results
at
in England?
Yeah, looking at the results in England, we had a big game played that was between Burnley and Man United.
What makes it big?
It was a big game because when you look at the first fixture, we saw Man United failing to win up against Burnley.
This is Burnley.
A changed Burnley. Here is a changed Burnley, brother. There is a manager who is trying to make points up against all the big coaches. That is a gentleman in the management of Burnley, whereby he comes out to prove a point every day that goes by. We saw Jose Mourinho facing it rough up against these minnows. He thought they were minnows until they had a difficult game to offer to his side, whereby we saw Paul Pogba trying to lose his head before it was. Before the game had got to the later stages. But the great finish by Anthony Martial made the difference on the day. I really love the fact that players like Ander Herrera also got a chance to pick up an appearance in this one.
Okay, and of course Arsenal, one of Crystal Palace. For me, this is the flying Arsenal. When they get a team that does not understand the way they pass the ball, the team will concede many more goals. Yeah. And then you wonder where this football was against Chelsea, against Liverpool,
against Man United,
against Bournemouth. I didn't see this kind of football.
Against Nottingham Forest.
It was Sanchez, or it is actually just that Arsenal is becoming good these days.
Yeah, I think probably this is now the statement that Arsene Wenger has always wanted to make, that the team can always win even without Theo Walcott and Alexis Sanchez. Yeah, so here we've
against Crystal Palace. Yeah,
this was a London derby. We've seen Crystal Palace come out to disorganize teams like Chelsea and give them hard time. But this time around, I saw Arsenal really enjoying the day. Look at that! Look at that assist from Mesut Ozil. Yeah, he really made a very good assist.
Against a village team, they will score goals. But if you get by Bournemouth around, you don't see them.
But even Wilfred Zaha in this one was not up to the billing, because I thought he didn't perform to the best of his ability. Yeah, but when you look at the other results from England, we saw Man City winning 3-1 up against Newcastle. Then Everton drawing 1-1 up against West Bromwich Albion. Leicester City winning 2-0 up against Watford. This is one of the issues that led to the firing of the manager that is a manager in. The name is running away, but he was sacked, the manager of Watford FC. And they brought in a gentleman from Spain, that is the manager of Malaga, who is coming in to replace the gentleman. I really love the fact that Watford FC is trying to look out for those managers who have that Spanish style of flair in them. We saw them bringing Chique Flores Sanchez in the very first game that they played.
This is the man who was sacked by Watford. Last season. Yeah. He was told that he's no more, let him go to Uganda and replace Zabri.
Marco Silva.
Replace the Zabri. Because Zabri he has also going to run out of the job as soon as possible. But Michael, in Italy, we had Atalanta lose to Napoli 1-0. Bologna did beat Bonavento. That was 3-0. Lazio went up to Chievo 5-1. We had Sampdoria beat Fiorentina 3-1. Sassuolo drew with Torino 1-1. Spa drew with Udinese 1-1. Then Crotone beat Hellas Verona 3-0. We had Milan come from a goal down to beat Cagliari. That was 2-1. Then Roma drew with Inter 1-1. But Michael, transfers Sanchez to United. Is the deal through, or is just rumors around?
Well, the deal is not yet done, but I think by the end of today we shall have a conclusion, because earlier on yesterday I heard of a medical which was almost going to take place.
Where at Malaga Hospital?
No. maybe at the Malaga Hospital of Manchester.
Of Manchester,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, but the gentleman will be having shirt number 7 because we've already seen the club sponsors Adidas coming out to print shirt 7 and the name on it, Alexis Sanchez. I wonder why teams don't come out to sue such companies, because if a deal is not yet done and you come out to insinuate what has not yet been ready to open up to the public, I really think we need some suing.
Sanchez told Ozil that if any person called him on phone and said, you go to Manchester, there's good food, there's meat and Irish, and that's not his posture, please move on.
And I also got something within this very rumor. I was told a gentleman in Jens Lehmann traveled to Dortmund to go and finish up that deal, whereby they want Pierre Aubameyang to come in, as there is some space being created by Alexis Sanchez.
But there's Giroud and Welbeck. Where will Aubameyang play?
No, there's when you look at Giroud and Welbeck, I think Arsenal still has a couple of fixtures to play. They have the Europa League to play. They have the English Premier League.
Carabao Cup.
Yeah, so probably we could see Olivier Giroud perform in the round of 32 in the Europa League.
Well, Michael, today we have Liverpool against Swansea.
Yeah,
what's your take on that?
Yeah, what I think about that game is that looking at the injuries that Liverpool has, I really think all we need to see is a change in goal. We need to see Karius coming in for Simon Mignolet, because Mignolet is fond of conceding goals day in, day out. So if at all we see some changes in the goal, and then some changes when it comes to the midfield area. Remember, Coutinho is no more in Liverpool, so we need to see a gentleman in Adam Lallana coming up his game. He has to perform like the next Coutinho, because when you look at the Liverpool squad, I think they have one of the greatest squads and they have great team depth. Having Mohamed Salah to your display and Sadio Mane, not forgetting Roberto Firmino. All you need is Wijnaldum at the best of his game. Yeah, and a gentleman in Lallana to come out and give you
in French, W becomes V. So Wijnaldum is going to be playing that midfield, but I would love to watch them.
And in Indian, the winning becomes
winning. No, but Moses will bring the money here to explain the winning, because you don't say winning. What is winning? But anyway, that's it from Sports this morning. Thanks so much for watching UBC TV. Major David Chibirango, we appreciate you for waking up every single day to watch DMU Sports. But of course, your Liverpool might lose today against Swansea in Cardiff. You never know. Regards to everybody next to you, or the children. I'll say them that Uncle Ben says hi, as well as Lillian. I just send her my regards and tell her that I'll be there soon. Up next, DMU Agenda. Good morning.